if you're paying a contractor this way, there is a 100% chance you're getting screwed by them. Basically, there's two ways that you can pay a contractor, or two reasonable ways that you can pay a contractor. Number one is cost plus. That's where you, no matter what their costs are, so they pay for materials, they pay for labor, they pay, other subcontractors under them, they pay for equipment rentals, they pay for anything on the job, dumpsters, permits. Okay, they're taking all of that. Let's say that their cost was $20,000 and their markup is 25%. That means that you'll pay 25% of that $20,000, $5,000. So now your bill is $25,000, right? Their 20% cost plus their 25% markup. That's cost plus. And that's what we're focused on today. But just the other way to pay somebody is a hard bid, which would mean they would come look at that job. They would look at the scope of work. You would sit there and you would work out exactly what is on the scope of work. Hey, this is the expectation. Once you finish this, this is what a completed job looks like. Once all of these things are done, that project is complete. And then they give you a bid. They say, okay, that's going to cost, let's say, $25,000. And you either accept it or deny it. If you accept it, then once they complete that, you owe them that money. Now, there would be things like change orders. Hey, if we open up this wall and we find that there's termites inside of the wall, then you're going to have to pay us more money. But that will also be a hard bid. So we'll stop the work. We'll put together a bid for you and we'll say, okay, to fix all that termite stuff, that's going to be another $5,000. And they give you a bid. You can either accept it or deny it. Hey, what's up? Whoever hopped on here, hit me up in the comments. Okay, so you have hard bid with change orders, or you have cost plus. Cost plus is what we're focusing on. This is how I am 100% sure that you're going to get screwed over. I was just talking with somebody who I mentor, and he is getting ready to do some new builds, and he was saying that all the contractors coming in, they say they only do cost plus. And I said, I bet. I would say that too if I was a contractor, and I just so happened to be a contractor. I owned a GC company. We did $5 million a year, and I was telling him how I can still remember it. Okay, as I started to grow my company as a contractor, and this is important because this is what everybody's going through, okay? As I started to grow my company, it started to be where, okay, I'm getting enough jobs to where I need to hire other people to go like project manage. And to grow my company, I was doing a lot of bids because I could give a bid for $30,000 and I could get the work done for like $20,000 and make a big rip off of it. It was really good business for me because I was managing the crap out of it. And I happen to be a really good project manager. And I know construction really well. It was easy for me to get those things done. And also, like I was out doing the sales. And so I was getting like pretty well priced bids. But as soon as I started to have to hire more people to do project management or even the sales portion, which included like doing a scope of work, well, I realized really quickly that their bids were low because they were missing out on things in the scope of work, and it was kind of ambiguous on who should do it. And the project managers sucked, so they would miss a lot of things. I'd have to always be sending people back to go do work. So this now, the $30,000 bid, that used to cost $20,000 for me to get done because I wouldn't have very many go backs. That's where somebody messes something up and I have to pay again. Well, now it would cost me $35,000 to get it done, but it was a hard bid. Therefore, I had to go get it done. That was the contract. So I remember the time where I was driving off the ramp, actually Rossville Boulevard off of Interstate 24, because I can remember driving. I was talking to my old man and I was like, dude, I'm just getting railed by these bids that are getting overrun. Like I can't make any money. I'm losing money on every job because of these idiots. So I have two options right now. I either need to quit or I need to stop giving a crap. Okay. And, that's really like, here's what stop giving a crap means is I'm going to go cost plus. And I know that people are going to go out there and they're going to mess stuff up. And, but they're just going to have to pay for it. That's the deal. You want to hire me to do work? $10,000, if it's a $10,000 estimate and, it ends up costing $12,000, doesn't matter. 25% markup, keep paying. And you just had to go through the process of, I'm either quitting or I'm stopping to give a crap. So yes, certainly people might hate me for this. They might be pissed that it costs more than was estimated. They might be pissed that it takes more time than is estimated, but I'm getting my cut. Okay. That's what cost plus is. And that is the same process that I think a lot of contractors go through. And so when you hire somebody cost plus, they have no incentives to do really well and to do it really cheap. In fact, their incentives are to grow their company, to go take on more jobs and actually be worse at your job. Like think about what it would take all right, we got materials for this job, just floors in general. I could go to the store to buy LVP, go to Home Depot and buy LVP floors at $2.50 a pop. And it'd be really easy. My time it's not gonna take that much. Hell, I can call Home Depot and say, hey, I want the LifeProof floors. I need 2,000 square feet of it. So 2,000 square feet at $2.50, that's $5,000. Right? I guess I'll write this down so we can keep track of it. $5,000 for the Home Depot floors, right? And then I get my 25% markup. And let's see, that's $12.50. So I get my $12.50, and then there we go. So for you, the customer, it's $62.50 total. I don't know why I said 16. $62.50 total. I have no incentive to go find floors for a lot cheaper, right? But there are a lot cheaper floors if I just like go to one of the wholesaler people around. There's like these wholesale floor things, but then I got to like go down there. I got to make relationships with them. A lot of times I have to order the delivery myself. I have to get delivery together. It's way easier to just go to Home Depot because I already have guys going to Home Depot. We got to get other stuff at Home Depot. The convenience is just there. However, the floors, same product, I might get for like $1.75. I mean, that's not even a stretch. So now 2,000 square feet times $1.75. I get those floors for $3,500. Of course, my markup's smaller now. 25% times the 3,000. 1.25. There we go. So $37.50. I think sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Huge difference in price for you as the customer, right? But I, as the contractor, actually made a lot less money. So I made $8.75 was my cut as the contractor instead of the $12.50. And I had to do a crap ton more work. What is my incentive to do that whatsoever, other than to get your next job or whatever? But there's lots of work out there right now, guys. And truly, especially in this game of house flipping, whether it's for rental or for a flip, the truth is that contractors don't want to do that work. All right, you're already not getting the cream of the crop. Okay, you're getting like the cream of the crop. They want to do the big development stuff, the stuff that they can brag about, the stuff that they can like have a portfolio about. So you're really getting like people who are building up in the business. And you got to align your incentives, man. That's all I can tell you. You got to align your incentives. And that means that you, instead of this cost plus scenario, which is, it is just not aligned whatsoever. Now, I do want to say that I know there's lots of crap talk with contractors, contractors versus customers. They're trying to screw you over. And, like I obviously play into that myself. These guys are not bad guys. Okay. So, and in fact, some of my best friends are the contractors. Like, I get along with blue collar people. I love people who have small businesses and they're trying to make it and they're working their butts off to do it. I do not think that the reasons that people get screwed over are nefarious reasons most of the time. I think it's just because it's a really difficult business and they're trying really hard and they're just not figuring it out. And so I do think that the incentives aren't aligned, and water flows always in the path of least resistance. Therefore, that is just what's going to happen. There are these good guys that are trying to swim against the current, but eventually the water wins. Okay, so how do you align your incentives? And that is absolutely by getting bids, hard bids that say, hey, this job, here's the scope of work. It's going to cost X amount. I agree up front on what it's going to cost. And now they have to go hunt what they eat. Okay, that's an important concept, that now they are absolutely aligned with you. $20,000 to do that amount of work. They want to get it done for $20,000 because if they do not get it done for $20,000, it's out of their pocket. So the cheaper they can get it done, the better. Now, there are other things to watch out for, of course, when it comes to bids, is because they're trying to cut their costs so they don't go over. They might cut corners. They might use strategies to get the work done that aren't in your favor. So those are things that you have to watch out for as well. And that's why you have payment checkpoints. Okay, get to this point and then I'll check the work and you'll get your payment. And that way you can make sure that there aren't things getting put inside the walls that you don't agree with. There aren't like shoddy or reused materials going on. Those are some of the things that you have to watch out for when you're getting a bid instead of cost plus. But the only time I use cost plus is in a very sandboxed environment. Okay, so let's just take the change order scenario. I get my $20,000 scope of work. They're doing the work, and then they uncover termites in the bathroom. And because it's a big structural termite type of job, they give me a structural termite type of bid to do it, $10,000. And I'm like, well, if I break this down, all you're really doing is you're doing demo. Okay, so what, like a couple days in a dumpster? All right, so now we're talking like $1,000 for that. And then you got to do a little bit of framing. Okay, so what is it? It's a bathroom. So we're talking about a couple of man days. Let's say 2 guys, 2 days, and you have all of that framed, right? What are you paying a guy? $250 a day, so another $1,000. Now we're at $2,000, and you're already framed back up. And then we have to, we are already going to be doing new tile. We are already doing paint and all that kind of stuff. We are already doing a new shower. So really it's just the drywall, right? So what, like another $1,000, so $3,000 and then of course you have to make your cut off of it. I agree with that, but let's just say like crazy. I know you're not actually charging me this much, but let's say your costs are $3,000 and you're charging me $3,000. We're still at $6,000. I don't know where the $10,000 came from. I think it's maybe now that I've talked through this with you, you understand the scope. Maybe we had the scopes misaligned. Okay, but if I can't get that done, I might say in this scenario, I'll do cost plus just in this very sandbox environment, and then I manage the living crap out of it because I know that incentives aren't aligned on cost plus work. Therefore, it's just a matter of time before the costs start to run a little bit. And just think about this, guys, as a management tool. If cost plus, yes, it's like attractive because, I could get it done for cheaper. Yes, if you manage the crap out of it. But if you have to manage the crap out of that bathroom, and then you got to manage the crap out of this other project over here, and then you got to manage the crap out of this other thing over here, well, now you're managing the crap out of a lot of things and you only have so much bandwidth. And that's not really how you grow a house flipping or real estate business, is by managing all of these little things. You want to broaden out. And the way that you broaden out is by letting the bids be the manager for you. So the fact that I have set up these gotta hunt what you eat kind of bids with the contractors, $20,000. Now you work towards the $20,000, and let me know when you're done so I can decide whether you fulfilled the scope of work we agreed upon or not. Now they are the ones using their bandwidth to manage the thing. And I'm just waiting for the call that says, hey, I'm ready for my payment. You see the difference between that and the cost plus thing where I need to be focused on it all the time. So now I can take my focus and I can put it elsewhere. Maybe that's going out, focusing on getting better deals, getting a better pipeline of deals lined up. It could be that I'm focused on finding new contractors. Could be that I'm focused on a whole nother business because I have the time to do that. And, I'll tell you that I manage my construction, my real estate business. Sorry, I kind of see them as the same thing. But I manage my business in a few meetings a week. I meet with my main contractor on Monday mornings. I meet with my main mechanical, electrical, plumbing contractor on Tuesday mornings. Meet with landlord on Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, I meet with my operations person, a virtual assistant. She lives in the Philippines and she manages a lot of the operations, admin things. That's 4 meetings to manage, I think 16 projects I have open right now. Some of them are tenant turnovers. Some of them are new builds. Some of them are commercial development, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of stuff going on, managed in a very small amount of meetings. And the meeting that I have with the contractor is, hey, need some bids on this stuff so you can get started on that work. How's this bid going? How's this bid going? All right. So cost plus, that requires your bandwidth. Bids, that requires their bandwidth. Any questions, guys? I see some of you out there. If you got any questions, hit me up. Comments are open. We're waiting. Hopefully everybody's having a good day out there. It's Monday. Ready to get it done. Anybody got anything cool going on? No? I'm about to hop off here. Going once. Going twice. Don't do cost plus. Do bids. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.